Hello and welcome to day 24 of our October Pilates Challenge. Today I want to make sure we get a little warmed up, open up the shoulders and the hips, and then get into a bit more of a stretch across the legs, especially on those hamstrings. So let's go ahead and start by sitting, facing the foot end of your mat, bringing the feet about hip distance apart, hands go behind those knees, and feeling out that breath as we start warming up the spine. Inhale as you round back. And then exhale up long and tall. And inhale as you round back. And exhale up tall. One more time. Inhale as you round back. And exhale up tall. Drawing those hands behind you, fingers pointing in the same direction as those toes, a bend in the elbow and a lift in the chest, allowing the elbows and the chest to expand from each other, getting that big stretch across the front of the sternum. And then twisting those knees up and over to your right side, rolling across the glute, and then up and over to your left side, keeping the ribs centered. Let's add that breath. Inhale as you go to the right, and then exhale to the left. And inhale, right, lifting through the rib cage, and exhale, left. And let's do one more full set, to the right, and to the left. And then bringing that back to center, walking those hands up, and then drawing the ankles and the knees together, starting to feel those inner thighs, reaching through the spine, and then rolling those shoulders back and around. 3 and 2 and 1. Use the core to lift up and out of those hips, and then reverse those shoulders for 3 and 2 and 1. Abs, ribs, shoulders, inner thighs. Round yourself all the way back onto the floor with control. Reaching those arms out into a nice wide T, lengthening across the shoulders, drawing the chin down towards the chest as we gain some length in the neck. And then adjust to place the feet about hip distance apart, taking that pendulum swing through the legs just to find some more space in the lower back and the hips. First set nice and slow so we can figure out the move. Let the knees fall to your left side, and then using as little effort as possible, swing the right leg across as you draw a C on the floor with that toe, and then swing the leg back to center. Chest stays wide, shoulders stay relaxed, and then allow the knees to fall to your right side, swinging the left leg across and center. Now taking that with a little more momentum and lots of breath. So it's going to inhale as we swing and exhale to center. And inhale, swing, and exhale to center. Inhale, lengthening through the spine, and exhale. And inhale, side, and exhale. Good, hug those knees into your chest, feeling that length into your lower back. Abs and ribs wrapping around that waistline, feeling that beautiful hug and support through your core. And then get ready for hundreds. Nice gigantic breath, really moving some heat into the body. Find your leg position, whether that's on the floor, in tabletop, or long and wrapped. Choose what feels best for you today. Right inner thigh, squeeze, abs, ribs, shoulders lengthening, neck lengthening, and now pumping with breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Squeeze those legs together. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Draw the ribs together. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Lengthen through the shoulders. 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Wrap the waistline. And 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Lengthen through the neck. And 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Expel those lungs. And last one. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Reach those legs all the way down and the arms overhead. Take a moment to lengthen across the room. Get as long as you possibly can. And then relax. And then wiggling those fingers and toes. And then circling those wrists and ankles for 3 and 2 and 1. And then reverse 3 and 2 and 1. Fantastic. Go ahead and soften those knees. And now let's take that right ankle over the left knee, turning that leg out to the side. We're gonna swoop those arms back out into that wide T. And then as you're in this position, gently walk the shoulders just a little further away from you, broadening through the upper back. Again, long neck, abs and ribs are gonna pull in. And then keeping that right leg turned out, scoop through the abdominal muscles to bring the legs up. So yes, starting to stretch the back of that right hip in particular. Now as we're in this position, draw the belly in towards the spine. Think of initiating this work from the right foot as you press the right foot across you into a twist. Now go as far as you feel comfortable, keeping the right shoulder on the floor. Continue wrapping through that right leg as your right knee lengthens upwards towards the sky, getting all this beautiful length and sensation around your right hip, and breathing into that as you still keep the core activated and strong for all that gorgeous support. And then scooping through the abdominal muscles, slowly bring those legs back to center and place that foot down. And let's go ahead and switch sides. So taking that left foot, cross it over that right knee, turning the leg out. Pause as you lengthen through the hips. You want the hips to be nice and centered first. And then scooping through the core muscles, lifting those legs up, keeping that left leg turned out. And then think of initiating from your left foot, pressing the left foot across you into that twist. Again, going as far as that feels comfortable, keeping the left shoulder and chest open, and then allowing their left leg to turn out as you gravitate the knee towards the ceiling. And 2 deep breaths right here. And then scoop through the core to draw the legs back up and then placing them down. Fantastic. From here, go ahead and draw the hands behind the knees and a little modified rolling like a ball. So keeping the legs glued together, rock forward and back through the spine. So you're rounding across that lower back, finding that ease in the movement and all this length and space across the back of the body. Deep breath. 4 and 3 and 2, try to roll to that center, and 1 this time coming up to sit, and then adjust, and I'll go ahead and face you to come into a butterfly stretch. So bringing the bottoms of the feet together, and think of sitting up long and tall, opening through those knees, right? And this is really going to come from the hip itself. So feeling the sense of wrap around the thighs. Right? So it's not about push, right? But feeling a sense of where that work is coming from. So you're feeling a broadness across the hips. And then using your core muscles, of course, right? To lengthen the tailbone down towards the floor, right? A lot of times, as soon as we get the tailbone in the correct position, the legs will kind of pop up a little bit more. You may feel your hip flexors, right? So keep the hip position and then work on that wrap of the thighs to get the legs down, or towards the floor, or open, right? Feeling that sense of reach. And then lengthening across the spine, taking the whole spine with you. Inhale as you pitch the body forward. And then exhale as you lengthen up. So we're kind of yawning the back of the hips open. Inhale as you lengthen forward. And exhale it up long and tall. Let's do that one more time. Inhale as you reach it forward. And exhale up long and tall. Beautiful. Now instead of having the feet close to you, actually bring the legs away from you so that your knees are about 90 degrees. And if you want padding underneath your ankles, feel free to adjust on your mat. So feeling that length of the tailbone still, this is going to start working into the back of the hips even more. Hands now come to the shins or wherever that feels comfortable, and think about lengthening through the spine here as we go into small little steps of that stretch. So you're inhaling long, tailbone to head, and then exhale, just pitching the spine forward slightly. And within that, right, you're taking the hips with you, so your tailbone is starting to reach behind you, even just a touch. Inhale long in that new diagonal, and then exhale, see if you can deepen that stretch just a little bit more. right? Feel in the back of those hips. Oh my goodness, let's do that again. Inhale, lengthen through, and then exhale, deepen that long spine. One more breath like that. Inhale, long. And on this exhale, we're gonna round it forward and intentionally relax the head at the end. So you're letting yourself drape, getting a little bit more of that fascia release across the sides of the spine, feeling that connection from the back of the neck and down the sides of the spine to the back of the hips. And using that Pilates breath to breathe into the back of the body, to breathe into any tense spaces. One more long deep breath like that. Huge exhale. And then walking it all the way back and up. Fantastic. Going to release, bringing those legs together. Reach it forward into one nice long forward fold, pouring over those legs, and then relaxing the neck at the end. Feeling the core scoop up towards that spine. Let the shoulders widen, let the neck hang. And then flex the feet back, activating that length in the back of the legs. So you can feel the stretch from the heels, down the calves, up the hamstrings, around the back of the hips, across the spine, across the shoulders and the neck. And then round yourself all the way up long and tall. Awesome job. If you guys want to do any additional stretches or exercises or such, now is a great time. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow.